I got this book, it arrived yesterday when I got home, and it's Cindy Grisdela, which I've been saying Cindy Griselda by accident, but Grisdela, or Gridella, Cindy Grisdela, Freehand Curve Quilts, and I love Improv Piecing, so that's what I'm going to have a go at doing today, because I want to do my cushion. Forget that it follows me so that you see my messy room. Freehand cushion. This giant ass cushion is 26 inches square, so I'm gonna make a cushion cover because I don't want it to get mucky. So I thought I would do improv piecing because I like improv piecing in general, and also why not, it's fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my iron. I'm not going to use my whole of my giant cutting mat, so I'm going to I'm going to just move my cutting mat slightly off the table. In fact, I can probably do it this way, then it's not so much overhang. I don't know, I think it's about the same, to be fair. But I've got a big chunk of fabric now. I've got about 22 by 27 inches that I can cut on. So I'm going to bring my ironing board and put it here, and then I don't have to move, just my little ironing board. And I've got some dandelion and burdock to drink because it's one of my favourite drinks actually, and I keep finding it recently. I had a couple of cans of it the other week. I think it was in February actually, or in March, I don't remember. It was when my desk was facing that way with the back, so my back was that way. That's how I remember. How many times have I done my room? Do you guys like dandelion and burdock? Don't know if it's focusing because it's tracking my face, but it's really good. It's actually, I'm going to read the little blurb because this is dead fun. Okay. Dandelion and burdock, the eccentric botanical blend of wild and unruly dandelions and the purple flowering burdock. Sounds rather daft, but did you know our British ancestors have been making this mysterious combination since the Middle Ages, proving it's totally timeless, making great British classics since 1871, Ben Shaw's drinks. Isn't that cool? In the Middle Ages, they were making dandelion and burdock. I wonder if it was still fizzy. I'll have to let one of my bottles go flat and then see, because that's probably what it was like. But isn't that fun? That's one of my favourite drinks. My grandma Dorothy used to give me dandelion and burdock, so it was always special. And I think my grandma and granddad as well. Yeah, there's proper nostalgia right there. So I've got giant pile of fabric. Some are big pieces. I got this big piece of black fabric and it was in my scrap box. What's that about? Giant piece of black fabric, so that's good. I don't have to cut out any more. I've got quite a lot of black. I've got some white. I've got some white pieces. I've got a big white square that's on the ironing board. I'm gonna treat myself, and I'm gonna use my cushion. I'm gonna use my cafe. I'm so excited. I've got some of this. I've got some of these Ruby Star Society ones. These are left over from my fat quarters that I got ages ago. I've got some of them. I got some of my Moda Grunge. My I don't know what it's called, speckled, Ruby Star Society speckled, I think it's called. I've got big pieces of Moda Grunge. This is the special sparkly orangey one. And I've got a little bit of the green, and I've got a bit of the pink. I've got a big piece of the yellow and purple and burgundy and coral, and I got this piece that I really like. So I don't know what we're just gonna do it because why not? And we're not gonna plan it because that's the whole point of improv piecing. You just get your rotary cutter and you just do it, and then you sew it together. So might even bring my sewing machine to be on this round table, so then I don't have to move and back. I don't know. And I stood up, and I don't know if you can see it because it's following my face. If I move my face down, you can see how high up my table is. Like, literally, my belly button is here, and it's about half a hand, all of my fingers, my finger length high. So it's like really high up. I'm impressed, I didn't know it goes this high. I don't think the other one does. So that means I can cut without having to like arch over. So yeah, I'm gonna make a cup of tea. I'm gonna bring the iron over, and I'm gonna put some music on, and we're gonna have a quilt disco. Why not? We can have a kitchen disco, so why not have a quilt disco? We're gonna quilt disco. So, shall see you in a moment. Okay, so it's not as big as I originally cut it, but that's okay because it's all sewn really nicely. So I'm going to take it over to the iron. There. And I watched a video on this, and what you do, so you've got to make sure your iron's turned on. So what you do is you vigorously press it, vigorously iron. Like that, and then you can iron it properly. And then I'm going to turn it over and make sure the seams are going the right way. And then I'm going to put the clapper on to make sure it stays flat. And now I've got essentially an improv drunkard's path. So now what I'm going to do is I can lay a piece of fabric here on the top. I'm just seeing if I have a smaller piece that will work. Yeah. Now what I'm going to do, because this piece is cut, even though this turquoise is going on the top, I'm going to do this. So I can see. And now, oops, sorry you can't see that. So I've just laid this turquoise piece underneath. It goes all the way up here, but it's just so that I can see where I want to cut. And now I have to find my little mini rotary tool, rotary cutter, and I'm just going to slice that there because that bit's not needed. And then I'm going to go from this way. Move a sewing machine. I'm going to do like this. Which I think is not enough for that turquoise. No. So that's okay. But I should have just done the big piece of turquoise. So what I'm going to do, and it's okay because we're learning and we're practicing, and it's improv, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to move that out of the way, and I'm just going to cut off these scrappy bits, and I'm going to put this big turquoise underneath it, and go like this, like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to carefully follow that line. I think I've got a pattern weight somewhere. I'll probably just put these big jars on it because they're quite heavy. So I'm gonna put, and I know that you can't really see now because I put the heavy jars on, but I'm just gently following that white curve. So I've got the piece that I want now, and then this bit is scrap. Oh, it's not scrap, you get what I mean. So now I've got this piece like this, that's what it's going to look like, and I'm going to do this now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this, lay it up here so that these match here, and follow it round. And I don't mind if it doesn't reach the other side. I don't know why it's not doing, but that's okay. Move the sewing machine back around, move you so that you can see all these learning curves. So I'm going to do this here now. And start the quilting. This is what it looks like that. So now I'm going to do, this is what it looks like. So now I'm going to do that vigorous quilting, vigorous ironing that we did before. There, like that. So we can do this. Like that. Leave that for a minute, and I'm going to put the kettle on and make a cup of tea. I've got the Alexa plug set up, so I can be really lazy and boil the kettle with not moving. See? So this is the block we got so far. That's nice. It's a bit bland. So what I'm thinking to do is to, oh sorry, you can't see. Okay, so what I'm thinking to do is do something in this section. I'm gonna do like liney bits. I've got an improv block I made before, if I can find it in my big box of stuff. to be done with. Right, I'll be back when. So this is the block I've done previously. I'm just going to iron it so that it looks new and not been in a box for years. Okay, so that's something that I have done previously, and we're doing something similar with this one, is Improv Piecing, and what we're going to do with our new one is make these sort of lines. Now, I don't remember how I did that. I know it was with sewing interfacing, which I have none of. So we are going to just improv it. We're going to improv it. We're going to see what we can come up with, because that's part of the fun. Okay? And I just spilled my cup of tea. So, okay, so I'm just gonna improv. I'm gonna improv it and see what we can do. So let's do that. I've changed my idea. I've been looking in the book, my new book. I forgot I had it, can you believe that? So what I'm gonna do is do this. Hang on, I'll put it there because that's where the edge of the fabric is. And I'm cutting an approximately ½ inch line. And I say approximately because we're not measuring. This is improv. We're in improv land now. And it's fun here. Hang on. I just had to tighten my bracelet. So, and I already cut the line before putting the purple underneath. So, I'm going to cut this here. ½ inch line, ½ inch line, approximately. There. Right, get rid of that. We don't want that big piece anymore. We're going off script. This is fun. Right, okay. So, oopsie daisy. So, the idea is that I'm going to do it line to this bottom piece as it was. Yeah. We're going to sew that, and then because we cut the white fabric with a ½ inch gap, ½ inch wide. It should be ¼ inch wide. So it's a tiny line. So I think we're going to incorporate some tiny lines into this, but the purple fabric, the lilac-y fabric, is going to be wavy. Sneak peek. Right, okay, so I'm going to move you so that you can see what I'm doing, at least some. There we go. And move my sewing machine back. So we're going to sew the curve again. Right, I have to take my shoes off. I went to fill up the kettle after I made the brew, so I have to take my shoes off to sew again. So, which sew? S-O sew or S-E-W sew? Who knows? Okay. Sewing. And I'm keeping the pieces as straight and pulling them straight, and because it's on the bias, they will pull straight, but then they'll end up curvy. It's like elastic. Right. Oh, this is exciting. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so now, oh, it's not as tiny as I thought it would be. Maybe my half an inch was off. But it still looks pretty damn cool. Oh, bloody camera. I want the camera to move as I do. If anybody has tips of how the camera can move as I do, please tell me. Okay, so, see? That looks really cool. It's not as thin as I would want it. I suppose what I could do is sew it again. Should we do that? No, but then how would that work? It's alright, this is our first one. We'll get into the knack of it. We've got to grow. It's like when you first do free motion embroidery, it's quilting. You've got to keep your first ones because they show you how you grow. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna iron and we're gonna go wiggle, 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 yeah, wiggle, 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 yeah, wiggle, 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 wiggle. It's pressed and we know it. Now, this is what we've got. We've got a giant block. Can you imagine if that was our block? This massive rectangle. What is that about? So, I'm gonna just iron the back, press the back, and put the clapper on as we have been doing. And as it's getting bigger, it's more difficult to clap. Right, and tea is not yet drinkable, so I'm going to have some more pop, soda pop. You have to let me know in the comments what your favourite pop is. Soda, pop, Coke, fizzy pop. What is your favourite drink that's not tea? Because tea is the best, obviously. So, now, I need to stop saying so. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and do this fried egg curve with the purple so that it might look like a bit of a flower. That would be fun. So then, and then I'm going to try and do the different adding bits to it, adding insets, not the other word. I think that would be fun. Then we're going to have a go at making triangles and fun, like squares, fun squares in this. I'm going to call it a flower now, so that it looks. We're just having fun. We're just doing it, and it's going to be fun. And yeah, improv quilting is so cool because there's no rules. You just do it. You just do what you want. And if you cut it wrong, well, have you cut it wrong? Because there is no right and wrong. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's perfect. If you've not got the 1/4 inch right, then it doesn't matter because you're not going to measure, because you're not measuring anything. Ooh, we're not going to do this on this one, but we could cut the block, cut the flower, cut it, and then add bits in, but we're not doing that with this one. We'll do that with the other one, with the next one. Alright, I'm just going to, one more iron, because it's got a bit of a thing in it. Okay, this is so much fun. So now, I'm going to bring back that white piece of fabric again that we threw away. And what we're going to do is you don't want to cut any of the purple off until we know what we're doing. So this side is not useful to us right now because it was here, but we have this side that we can use. So if we line that up and we can see through it because it's white, so we're not going to have a giant purple thing, although we could, we might do actually, because why not? So I'm going to do, oh, you can't see again, would you? Move the camera now. Right. What we're going to do is we are going to do that's a bit flowery, isn't it? Oh, that is so cool. Look at that. That's so cool. Right. Keep that for something else. So we're going to do that. Get rid of this big purple bit. And oh no, wait, have I done it wrong? No. Okay. There is no right and wrong. So these two bits line up here. So we're gonna, oh, that's right, isn't it? Is that right? Basically it's gonna end up like that. So we're gonna do this. we're going to sew along this line like that. I'm going to start. I feel like I've done it wrong. What does the book say? You know when you feel like you get the knack of it but you haven't. Cut this. Oh, we did do it wrong. Balls. Right, okay. Ignore that. I don't think I've got another big bit of white on the ball of fabric. I think I've got. Let me have a look in my scrap box. I'm annoyed now. I don't think I've got any big bits of the solid white. But that grungy white. Or do we even want white? Because what we could do is put the black do it on the black, and then we could have a really thin bit of the black as like an outline. Yeah, do you get what I mean? So if we do that and we cut and you can see good. So we're going to cut this. Yeah, that'll do. So we get rid of this bottom piece, and that is the bit that we line up, and we flip that over. Oh, that's going to be tricky. Okay, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. We're doing it. We're doing it. Okay. Oh, totally worth it though. Look at that. We made a flower. Oh my god. Look at that. Right. Bloody hell. That is so cool. That is so cool. That's so fucking cool. That is so difficult, but it's so cool. So worth it. It is so worth it. It looks so cool. Now, what else can we do? What does she do after this? Well, she just does like a normal curve. I don't know if I want to do a normal curve. Yeah, but that was really cool. This is the block. That is so cool. It really does look like a flower. I think the mistake was starting on a white. I think in the future, bloody camera. I think in the future I'm going to start at the centre and work outwards rather than start in the middle and have this bit, because I don't like this right bit, but I'm not redoing it again. That is so cool. this is the block so far. I really like it. There's a bit here where, oops, there's a bit here where the white fabric has like a curve, a curvy, foldy, something weird is happening with the fabric. I don't know how to fix it, so I'm just going to let it be. Although it is really annoying and it ruins my lovely quilt. I wonder if I iron it back, I'm going to have a test. Right, okay. We'll have a see what will happen. All the other seams lie this way, so that might be why. And then if I flip it this way, no, it's still being weird. Just wants to be weird. What do I do? Fucking fabric. I don't know. That's annoying. That's really annoying. And now all the bits are being weird. Oh, I'm not unpicking it. Do I have to unpick it? Oh, I might have to unpick it. Do we unpick it? Do I unpick it and sew it not curvy? How can I sew it? How can I, that means I have to undo the black from the purple. Undo the white and recut the white. Or do I sew it down? No, I have to undo the white. Right, I'll be back when I've done this.